Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your quiz master, Sean, and I've got 100 questions, especially for us seniors. So let's get started. Who was the U.S. president during the Teapot Dome scandal involving bribery of government officials for oil leases? Warren Harding, Calvin Coolidge, or Herbert Hoover? That would be President Warren G. Harding. Which board game, first published in 1961, challenges players to move their pawns across a board to reach the opponent's side while avoiding capture? S. Checkers or Parcheesi? That game is Parcheesi. Which 60s cartoon series features a group of young friends and their loyal dog solving mysteries? Three's Company, The Partridge Family, or Scooby-Doo? Where are you? That would be Scooby-Doo, where are you? Ruh-roh, Raggy. Which 70s TV show centers around a group of firefighters in Los Angeles County? Little House on the Prairie, Emergency, or The Waltons? It was Emergency. In the 80s TV series, The Golden Girls, who is known for her humorous stories and tales of St. Olaf? Was that Dorothy? Was it Blanche? Or was it Rose? Now, the stories of St. Olaf was Rose. Which co-stars as FBI agents in the 90s series The X-Files investigating paranormal phenomena? Who co-stars? Robert Patrick, Lance Henriksen, or Gillian Anderson? That was Gillian Anderson. Now to multiple choice. Which nursery rhyme features a character who sat on a wall and had a great fall? That nursery rhyme is Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Which nursery rhyme features a character who had a lamb whose fleece was white as snow? Mary had a little lamb, Ba Ba Black Sheep, or Little Bo Peep? Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. In the 1960s film Psycho, what happens to Janet Leigh's character in the infamous shower scene? She takes a shower and leaves unharmed. She gets attacked and stabbed. She discovers hidden money. Well, of course, she gets attacked and stabbed. What is the name of the fictional spaceship in Star Trek, the original series? The Star Voyager, the Enterprise, or the Discovery? That would be the Enterprise, of course. Which semi-aquatic rodent is known for its dense fur and is native to North America? The muskrat, the beaver, or the manatee? That would be the muskrat. What animal has a long, sticky tongue to catch ants and is commonly found in South and Central America? The frog, the anteater, or the pangolin? That would be the anteater. What is the world's smallest primate, known for its tiny size and large eyes? The tarsier, the lemur, or the monkey? A primate would have to be a tarsier. What sacred river in India is considered holy in Hinduism and plays a central role in Indian civilization? Is it the Nile? Is it the Tiber? Or is it the Ganges? In India, it is all about the Ganges River. Which ancient city was the legendary site of the Trojan War as described in Homer's Iliad? Was it Troy? Was it Rome? Or was it Sparta? That was Troy. Not a multiple choice. Rearrange the letters. Mordant. Dormant. Okay. What famous ancient library housed thousands of clay tablets and cuneiform writings? The Great Library of Pergamum, the Library of Ashurbanipal, or the Vatican Library? Thousands of writings are housed at the Library of Ashurbanipal. What is the capital of Azerbaijan? Astana, Baku, or Tbilisi? The capital of Azerbaijan is Baku. What city serves as the capital of Saudi Arabia? Riyadh, Jeddah, or Mecca? The capital of Saudi Arabia is Riyadh, or Riyadh. Which element has the highest electronegativity value? Fluorine, oxygen, or nitrogen? That would be fluorine. What is the molar mass of water? H2O. 18 g-mole, 22 g-mole, or 20 g-mole? Or grams divided by mole. 18 g-mole. Which of the following is a viral disease that affects the liver and can lead to chronic inflammation? Tuberculosis, influenza, or hepatitis? That would be hepatitis. What is the term for the specialized cells in the retina that are responsible for color vision? Rod cells, cone cells, or bipolar cells? Those would be cone cells. Not a multiple choice. Rearrange the letters. Medaitte. Rearrange those to get meditate. The saying, "The unexamined life is not worth living," was made by whom? Plato, Aristotle, or Socrates? Which of those three said that? That was said by Socrates. Audrey Hepburn, celebrated for her role in classic films like Breakfast at Tiffany's, was a native of the United States, Belgium, or the United Kingdom. She was a native of Belgium. The actor Jackie Chan, known for his action-packed films, is a native of South Korea, Japan, or China. Where is Jackie Chan from? Jackie Chan is from China. What is the largest species of frog? The Goliath frog, the leopard frog, or is it the bullfrog? The largest species of frog? Well, the name has it, the Goliath frog. Samsung is a brand that originates from which country? South Korea, China, or Japan? Samsung. Well, that originates from South Korea. Which country is the origin of the brand Ferrari? Italy, Germany, or France? And that would be Italy. The Pearl of the Adriatic is a nickname for which unique city? Athens, Greece, Dubrovnik, Croatia, or Venice, Italy? That would be Dubrovnik, Croatia. The Pink City is a nickname for which unique destination? Jaipur, India, Marrakech, Morocco, or San Francisco, USA? The Pink City is Jaipur, India. Which unique place is famous for its massive stone statues called Moi? Machu Picchu, Easter Island, or Stonehenge? Massive stones called the Moi is Easter Island. From which language does the word hurricane originate? Taino, Spanish, or French? Origin of the word hurricane. That comes from Taino. Not a multiple choice. What language does the word avatar come from? Avatar is Sanskrit. Too easy. The word chocolate comes from which language? Spanish, French, or Aztec? Chocolat comes from the Aztec. How are diseases like yellow fever primarily transmitted? Airborne droplets, mosquito bites, or direct contact with infected individuals? Mosquito bites transmit yellow fever. Which partnership focuses on addressing global health issues and promoting research and cooperation among member countries? The World Health Organization, Doctors Without Borders, or the Global Health Council? That would be who? Who? The World Health Organization. Not a multiple choice. What is the fear of being in crowded or congested spaces known as? Fear of being in a crowded or congested space. What phobia would that be? That would be claustrophobia. Which country's coast has the Great Barrier Reef? Australia, Brazil, or Indonesia? The Great Barrier Reef is found in Australia. What is a term for the continuous movement of water on, above, and below the Earth's surface? Hydrology, hydrodynamics, or hydrological cycle? Term for the continuous movement is the hydrological cycle. What is the deepest point in Earth's oceans? The Sunda Trench, the Challenger Deep, or is it the Mariana Trench? The deepest point in Earth's oceans. The Challenger Deep. Vitamin B7 is also known as biotin, folic acid, or pyroxazine. Pyridoxine. That's it. Doesn't matter. It's biotin. What is the primary function of vitamin B5, pantothenic acid, in the body? Vision support, energy metabolism, or collagen production? That is about energy metabolism, pantothenic acid. Not a multiple choice. The longest distance swam underwater with one breath is held by... Well, that would not be me. The longest distance underwater with one breath is held by Stig Severinsen. And now I want to know how far he went. The national bird of South Africa is the... South Africa, the national bird. The blue crane. The layer of the atmosphere that extends from about 50 to 85 kilometers above the Earth's surface is it the exosphere, the mesosphere, or is that the ionosphere? That is the mesosphere. The surgical removal of a kidney is called nephropathy, nephritis, or nephrectomy. I'm going to remove a kidney. I'm going to have to undergo a nephrectomy. But let's just not let it come to that. The condition of having high levels of sugar in the blood is called hypoglycemia, hyperglycemia, or hypothyroidism. High levels of sugar. Hyperglycemia. The sinking of the Sultana steamboat in 1865 resulted in one of the worst maritime disasters in the history of which country? France, the United States, or the United Kingdom? That happened in the United States. Which famous global pandemic occurred in 1918? Was that the Spanish flu? Was that SARS? Or was that the swine flu? The global pandemic in 1918 was the Spanish flu. The novel Slaughterhouse, published in 1969, was written by Kurt Vonnegut, Joseph Heller, or Ken Kesey. The Slaughterhouse was by Kurt Vonnegut. In which city were the 1992 Summer Olympics held? Barcelona, Spain, Sydney, Australia, or Atlanta, the United States? 1992 Summer Olympics were held in Barcelona, Spain. Which spacecraft was the first to orbit the planet Venus in the 1960s? Was that the Messenger? Was that the Mariner 2? Or was that Voyager 2? That was the Mariner 2. What is the currency of Nigeria? The Nigerian Naira, Nigerian Rand, or the Nigerian Taka? Currency of Nigeria is the Nigerian Naira. What is the currency of Japan? Is it the yen? Is it the won? Or is it the baht? Currency of Japan. That would be the yen. Which version of Microsoft Windows introduced the iconic star button? Windows 95, Windows XP, or Windows 7? The start button. Well, that started with Windows 95. The Birmingham Campaign in 1963 was a series of protests against racial segregation organized by which civil rights organization? The NAACP, the SCLC, or the SNCC? That was the SCLC. Indonesia is a big producer of which type of coal? Anthracite, bituminous, or lignite? Indonesia. They're a big producer of lignite. Now to multiple choice. The country with the largest crude oil production is the United States. Who directs the iconic 1976 film Rocky? Francis Ford Coppola, John G. Avildsen, or Steven Spielberg? Francis Ford Coppola, Avildsen, and Spielberg. That was directed by Avildsen, John G. Avildsen. In 1963, a fundraising concert known as the Peace Concert took place in which European capital city? Paris, Berlin, or Vienna? The Peace Concert. That took place in Vienna. Which U.S. president was known for his role in the Panama Canal construction and his big stick diplomacy approach? William Howard Taft, Theodore Roosevelt, or Woodrow Wilson? Big stick. was Theodore Roosevelt. Which popular cult song from the 1960s, performed by the Beach Boys, celebrates the vibrant surf and car culture of California? Californian Dreamin', Surfin' USA, or Good Vibrations? Surfin' USA. Which state was the 18th state to join the United States on June 15, 1836? Tennessee, Arkansas, or Louisiana? That was Arkansas. Which leader of Cuba has been in power since 1959 and led the Cuban Revolution? Fidel Castro, Fulgencio Batista, or Che Guevara? And that would be Fidel Castro, though it's now been passed on. Which leader of Uganda was known for his brutal dictatorship and human rights abuses in the 1970s? Robert Mugabe, Idi Amin, or Julius Nyerere? Idi Amin. Who won the Academy Award for the Best Actor for his role in Kiss of the Spider-Woman in 1985? William Hurt, Tom Hanks, or Dustin Hoffman? William Hurt, Kiss of the Spider-Woman in 1985. Which legislation passed in the United States in 1965 aimed to protect the voting rights of racial minorities? The Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, or Brown versus the Board of Education? That was the Voting Rights Act. Not a multiple choice. Who became the first Russian tennis player to reach the world #1 ranking in women's singles in 2005? The first Russian tennis player in women's singles, Maria Sharapova. Which Soviet leader declared a policy of peaceful coexistence with the capitalist world during the Cold War? Joseph Stalin, Nikita Khrushchev, or Leonid Brezhnev? Peaceful coexistence. Nikita Khrushchev. In which year did the Soviet Union officially dissolve, marking the end of the Cold War era? 1989, 1991, or 1993? When did the Cold War end? In 1991. Which popular board game, introduced in the 1960s, challenged players to connect 4 of their colored discs in a row? Scrabble, Connect 4, or Battleship? To connect 4 in a row? Connect 4. What ancient city in Egypt is known for its massive temple complex dedicated to the god Amun-Ra? Thebes, Memphis, or Luxor? That would be Luxor. Who conducted the famous experiments to determine the gravitational constant? Henry Cavendish, Michael Faraday, or Thomas Edison? Those experiments were conducted by Henry Cavendish. Which astronomer formulated the laws of planetary motion and made significant contributions to our understanding of gravity? Nicholas Copernicus, Johannes Kepler, or Galileo Galilei? That was Johannes Kepler. What is the national automaker of India, known for its affordable models like the Nano and Indica? Mahindra and Mahindra, Tata Motors, or Ashok Leyland? That is Tata Motors. What is the largest automaker in Japan and one of the largest in the world? Subaru, Honda, or Toyota? The largest automaker in Japan. That would be Toyota. In which year did the United States officially end its combat mission in Iraq? 2006, 2009, or 2011. That officially ended in 2011. Which automaker is famous for its off-road vehicles like the Wrangler and the Jeep Cherokee? GMC, Jeep, or Land Rover? That would be the Jeep. What is the result of 3 plus 5 times 2 in parentheses? 16, 13, or 18? Ooh, a PEMDAS question. That's 13. You do the number in parentheses first, and then, The Earth's atmosphere is made primarily of which gas? Oxygen, nitrogen, or hydrogen? Primarily, Earth's atmosphere is made up of nitrogen. What was the screen size of the first General Electric television in the 1920s? Was it a 4-inch screen, a 7-inch screen, or a 12-inch screen? Very first GE television had a 4-inch screen. What does ciao mean in English? Hello, goodbye, or thank you? Ciao would be Italian. And that would be hello. Ciao. Which Old Testament figure led the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt? Was it Abraham? Was it Moses? Or was it Jacob? That was Moses. Bananas are native to which continent? Africa, Asia, or Australia? Bananas are native to Australia. Now you know. Which country did oranges originate from? China, Brazil, or Egypt? Oranges, where did they come from? They came from China. Which city is known for its iconic Statue of Liberty? New York City, London, or Paris? The Statue of Liberty. Well, of course, that's New York City. How many keys are typically found on a standard organ? Are there 61? Are there 49? Or are there 76? On a standard organ. 61. Which title is given to a chef who specializes in desserts? Is that a sommelier? Is that a commis chef? Or is that a pastry chef who specializes in yummy desserts? Yeah, a pastry chef. When sodium metal is dropped into water, which gas is produced? Is that hydrogen gas, oxygen gas, or is that nitrogen gas? Sodium metal is dropped into water. That produces hydrogen gas. What is the term for the 5 community cards in the center of the table in Texas Hold'em? Is that the board? Is that the river? Or is that the flop? In Texas Hold'em, that's the board. In poker, what is the term for a hand with all 5 cards of the same suit? Is that a flush? Is that a straight? Or is it a full house? Hand with all 5 cards of the same suit is a flush. Which part of an airplane is majorly responsible for generating lift? The wings, the fuselage, or the engines? What generates lift? That would be the wings that generate lift. Which of the following vegetables is known for its strong and pungent flavor? Is that the tomato, the horseradish, or the cucumber? Strong and pungent flavor is the horseradish. Which sense do female mosquitoes use to detect humans and animals for blood meals? Their sense of sight, their sense of smell, or their sense of touch? How do they know they can find blood on me? They use their sense of smell. Which time of day are mosquitoes most active? In the afternoon, in the morning, or at dusk? We have lots of them where I live, and they're always getting me when I'm out at dusk. Which planet is nicknamed the king of the planets? Is it Jupiter? Is it Saturn? Or is it Venus, the king of the planets? The king is the big one, Jupiter. How many lifeboats were on board the Titanic? 20, 16, or 12? And surely there were not enough. On board the Titanic, there were only 20 lifeboats. What is the name of the sport played in the Harry Potter series? Is it Quidditch? Is it Snitch? Or is it Nimbus? They played in the Harry Potter series. And yes, it is Quidditch. And that's the final question. Thanks for playing. Drop your score in the comments, please, and don't forget to subscribe, ring the notification bell, and give us a like. You've been playing Quiz Time. We'll catch you in the next video.